Hello everyone! So it's finally October and I'm excited to bring to you some spooky themed Monday Moments with Moon, with this week explaining why I have such a strong obsession with spiders. I feel like I always have to defend this love, the only one who understands me being fictional characters from books. I'm looking at you, Hagrid. Thank you for understanding this love of mine. And so for this episode, I figured I would ease into the creepy with a conversation about my favorite animal, the spider, and why I feel it deserves your love. First, I'm gonna give you some background to why I first started loving these guys. It all started at around age 5 or 6, when like a normal human being, I used to be terrified of spiders. That is until my dad forced me to hold one. We were outside, and he'd found a daddy long leg, and despite my protesting, he made me hold out my hand and handed him over to me, all the while explaining how harmless it was. He told me that yes, some spiders are worth being scared of, because they can hurt us, but most will not, and even those that are capable much rather be left alone. The long leg crawled up my arm, tickling me a little, and I found myself falling in love with the little spider. And that message from my dad really stuck with me. So while I'll avoid those spiders known to bite, I'm no longer scared of them, as I know they rather not hurt me. This goes to other creatures like snakes and other bugs. It was such a useful and valuable lesson my dad taught me, and I used spiders to do so, and that was the start of my love and fascination with them. Another is that I just happen to have countless happy memories involving spiders. I know that's weird, but it's just a fact that I do. One such example is at a summer camp, some boys were burning spiders in a fire, and me and one of my best friends at the time started rescuing them. We just picked them up and moved them away, and seeing the looks on the boys' faces as we did so was just amazing. They were so confused about why we were doing this, and slightly frustrated, but there was nothing they could do about it, and it was just funny. And me and my friends laugh about it even to this day, and we grew really close because of it. I've only ever really had 2 crushes in my life, and the second one actually started because of an interaction we had over a spider. I had found one in my basement, and I asked him if he was willing to let me show him these creatures that he wasn't scared of, but he had a dislike of, and I wanted him to, see spiders the way I did. So I asked him if he'd give them a chance, and he said sure, and I transferred the spider into his hand and kind of explained the story I already shared about my dad and stuff. And I don't know, it was just watching him look at the spider to me, and he had just this look in his eyes as if he thought I was capable of showing him incredible things if he'd let me, and, well, it was hard not to have a crush on the guy after a look like that. I also bonded with my brothers over spiders. We would hunt for jumping spiders, which are unbelievably fun to play with. I'm just saying. And then we would sit in a circle and watch as the spider jumped from person to person as we laughed. We even scared my mom once while she was doing laundry by putting a jumping spider, in the laundry basket, and it jumped out at her, and she screamed because she hates spiders, and it was really funny. And honestly, it just provided hours of amusement for me and my brothers, and we always got so excited when we found one. We also had a pet spider. His name was George. He was giant, he was black, and by giant I mean he was about the size of a golf ball, and that's his body, not including his legs. And he was hairy, and he lived in his basement, and he was probably venomous, but we weren't really sure, and we never got terribly close to find out for obvious reasons, but he just chilled on his web and never bugged us, so we did our best never to bug him. My mom, though, hated him a lot, and he one day told my dad to get rid of him, so me and my dad spent an afternoon trapping him without harming him, and then we left him in the woods about a mile out of the back of our house. Only 2 days later, he was back on his web in the basement, and my mom just had to accept that the spider was staying here because neither me or my dad were willing to kill him, because, we'd grown quite attached to him. He'd been there for a while. So he kind of just become part of the family. In fact, he was there even when we moved from the house. And something tells me he's probably, he probably didn't last long after that, because I can't imagine the new neighbors liking him as much as we did. But, one could hope. Maybe he got to live out his life. I doubt it, but one can hope. Yeah, so George was kind of the closest thing to a pet spider I ever got, because my mom would never let me have a tarantula, even though I begged her for one, so... And these are kind of just a few of my memories involving them. And it just shows how important these guys were to developing some of my most treasured relationships. But that isn't the only reason I like them. I actually generally find spiders fascinating to watch. I love watching spiders make a web, and I also kind of find it intriguing watching how a spider eats a fly. I know it's gross, I'm aware, but you know what, I still find it interesting. I can't help it. You can judge me if you want, but I don't really care. I also find myself relating to spiders a lot. I've always been one to create things that everyone found cool or interesting, but also that very few people could understand. Or I've had the things I created become more valued than myself as a person, which I often feel is how it is with spiders. People don't get spiders, or if they do, it's their webs that they think are cool and useful, but the spider itself they would wish away out of the world, which I think is a pretty dangerous thing to wish, considering how important spiders are to keeping flies, gnats, mosquitoes, and other disease-ridden bugs out of your house. Spiders also have mind you, very small, but still a small part in my faith journey, in that I used to struggle to talk to God. The idea of talking to just the open void never really appealed to me. So to help me get over that, I would talk to spiders. House spiders always ended up in a corner somewhere or in a windowsill, and I would sit next to the spider and I would pray to God while watching the spider, and in a way it kind of just helped me connect to God closer, to have like a visual living thing I could watch and kind of talk to when I was actually talking to God. So they did play that role in my faith journey. And I guess to end this video, I should relate my love of spiders back to Halloween. Now, all my Halloween decorations are related to either books or spiders. I have a very few decorations related to anything else. As I was able to start buying my own Halloween decorations, I started liking the day after Halloween more than Halloween itself. That's because that is when all the decorations went on sale. So a group of my friends, or my entire family, or a mixture of both, would join me on a spider decoration hunt. People would try to find the cutest ones for the cheapest prices, and it got kind of competitive. And I always came home with 3 to 10 new spider buddies that my friends had picked out for me to put up on the next Halloween. Mind you, a lot of them don't get put away. Like, I have spider pillows and spider stuffed animals, and I have a spider named Aragog hanging on my shelf with a Hagrid stuffed animal on top of it, just saying, and stuff like that, Lego spiders. I have a lot of spiders that I keep out just because I like spiders. One of my favorite Halloween costumes was the Spider Queen costume I did, and I still have it because I love it so much. And I still wear pieces of it in the middle of summer or a few days before Christmas. I've worn, and by that I do mean just these spider earrings I have. They're like little spiders and they have cute little colored gems to match whatever outfit you want, and I have multiple ones of them. And I have worn those on Christmas Eve because I could, so yeah. So yeah, that's a summary of why spiders are my favorite animals. I bonded with so many people because of them, and my friends now identify me with these guys. They see a spider, and they think of me, which I guess is good. It might not be, now that I think about it, but I think it's good. Yeah, it's good. They tease me about it a lot, but it's always in love and fun and jest, yeah. And there's nothing like coming onto Minecraft World to find a giant spider on my base wishing me a happy birthday, or to get a text message from someone I haven't talked to in months just because they've seen a meme about a cute spider, or they found a spider in their backyard that they thought I would think was cool and they took a picture of it and sent it to me. I just love that. So spiders are just awesome, and they're a part of my identity now, and I'm cool with that. I think it's cool. I'm happy with it. And one day, I do hope to become a real spider queen once I get a house of my own and can finally get that pet tarantula I've always wanted. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and that I was able to convince you to be pro-spider. If not, that's still cool. I still appreciate you watching, and I also hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!